And I give the call to the member for Fisher.
Thanks, Madam Deputy Speaker. And isn't it funny how on an issue like this that the MPI is about breaches of trust and integrity? Now, it's funny that those members opposite, all they can talk about, they don't want to address any of their own issues or problems, where we see so many Australian families that are doing it tough. Now, this mob have been in government for 18 months. Now, I want to actually pay tribute to the member for Maribyrnong who's sitting at the table today. Now, I know I do. I seriously do. Member for Maribyrnong, I mean this. I mean this seriously. The member for Maribyrnong, and pardon me, Deputy Speaker, because I'm going to say honest Bill here, but the honest member for Maribyrnong, can I say that? Honest member for Maribyrnong, because they ran, when he was the leader of the opposition, they ran a campaign of, has to be said, honesty. They said what they were going to do if they won government. The member for Maribyrnong, when he was the leader of the opposition, said they were going to make some fairly significant changes to taxation law, and everybody would remember the now climate change and energy minister said, well, if you don't like it, don't vote for us, and they didn't. But at least this man had the courage of his convictions to put it out there on the table. He put it out there and said, I've got the courage of my convictions to put my policies on the table. And if you don't like it, then don't vote for us. And they didn't. But at least he had the courage of his convictions. The current Prime Minister has won office in a situation of stealth. He never told Australians. He never told Australians what he was going to do. He never told Australians he was going to change laws in relation to franking credits, superannuation. He told us that he was going to keep the Stage 3 tax cuts. Whatever it takes to win government. The member for Maribyrnong, for all his faults and foibles, was honest when he was the leader of the opposition. So where are we today, after 18 months of this government? Food is up 9%. Gateway Care is a food bank in my electorate. They tell me that they have never, ever, ever been busier. They have never been distributing more food to Australians on the Sunshine Coast than they have ever before. Food costs have gone up 9%. Housing, the cost of housing, I actually don't believe this figure that's here, 12%. When you look at the cost of mortgages that have gone up, $24,000 for the average Australian with the average mortgage, $24,000 increase than what they were paying under a coalition government, after tax, Deputy Speaker. After tax, $24,000 after tax. So that's probably somewhere in the high 30s for the average punters. Name me, can you name me anybody in your sphere of friends, anybody in the gallery, anybody that can honestly say, any Australian can honestly say that they are better off today than they were 20 months ago? I don't think you can. I don't think anybody watching or listening to this today could say, you know what, I am better off, my family is better off, my bank, well, maybe the Prime Minister, my bank balance is better off than it was when the coalition was in government. So, of course, when landlords have to pay more money on their mortgages, and this is a Prime Minister that said, vote for me and I'll give you cheaper mortgages. When landlords have to pay cheaper mortgages, what do they do for their investment properties? They've got to put the rent up, right? So rents are up. Rents are up, mortgages are up, insurance is up. Insurance is up 22% under this mob. 22%. The reality is this is so heavily impacting upon people's bottom line because they've got to insure their car, their home, their contents, another car if they're lucky enough to have a second car. Insurance has gone up by 22% in 18 months. What happens with that?
Time has expired. I give